Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing great. So in today's video, we're going to do some easy Ramadan decorations with things that you can easily find at home. I need you to keep in mind that you can mix and match whatever colors you prefer. I just happen to have these colors, so this is what I chose. Okay, for the first DIY, you're going to need colors, a canvas, pencil, and brushes. So you can use watercolors or acrylics according to what you prefer. So at the top of the board, I just wrote Ramadan deeds and I drew a crescent, and now I'm filling it in with copper gold color. Again, you can customize this whichever color and whatever kind of paint that you wish to use. Just like here, my little sister is painting the crescent in a lighter gold color. Then I went ahead and I outlined the words with a black marker. So now I'm going to cut a shape, and I'm going to cut two papers of these, a shape, any sort of shape that you'd like. This is what I chose. And you can also make it a circle or a square or a star, it doesn't matter as long as you glue it onto the board in the right way. So here I colored mine the same copper gold color. So now I'm going to be sticking these shapes onto the canvas, but the way you stick these shapes is very important. You need to make sure that the upper side of your shape, whether it's a square or star, has to be unglued. So I'm gluing all the sides except the top part. And the reason is because you're going to be putting these cards inside, so it's going to act as a pocket. So in each of these papers is a number, and these are the numbers of the days of Ramadan, and on each day you're going to be doing a good deed and writing it on one of the cards and putting it onto the other pocket. So on one of the pockets I wrote to do, and then on the other one is gained. So every time you gain a good deed, you put it inside the pocket. Then we went ahead and designed the rest of the canvas with some more stars. So I just cut out the stars and I colored them the same way, but the smaller stars I drew them with watercolor gold paint. Alright, so for the second DIY, you're going to need paper, a ruler, and a stapler. So you're going to cut long strips of paper, and then you're going to need two very long ones, and then two medium ones, and then one that is small. And then I'm going to be taking one long, one medium, and then the small one in the middle, and then going back medium, and then the long one at the edge. So it's going to be like a sandwich. You're going to try to sandwich the small piece in the middle. And then I'm going to staple the top part, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the down part. This is the most important part. So you're going to make sure that the edges are on the same line, okay? So then I'm going to staple the bottom part now, and then it's going to look like this. Because you have different lengths, you have this shape at the end. Alright, so for the third DIY, all you're going to need is paper and a stapler. So what I'm doing here is I'm folding my paper. You can fold your paper either vertical or horizontal, depending on how long or how big you want your design to be. So after I've finished folding a few, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take them and fold them in the center. And then I'm going to try to stick them together by gluing the outer parts of each one together. So I'm going to glue the outer parts until I have a full circle. All that's left to do is to make a hole at the top of the design, and then you're going to attach a string or a ribbon to it in order to be able to hang it. In the middle I chose to put designs, but this is really optional and you could just go ahead and hang it the way that it is. So for DIY number 4, all I did was I cut a crescent shape out of a cardboard box, and this was a toy box, so you can use any sort of cardboard in your house. And then I cut shapes of stars, and all I did was I hung them on this crescent from the back. So after I did that, this is how it looked. So for this next one, all you're gonna need is a jar and acrylic paint. The jar can be any shape and size according to what you prefer. So what I did was I taped the bottom part because I'm going to paint over it, and I wanted to have a very crisp line. So this is when you get creative. You can paint your jar in whatever type of design that you prefer. So I just painted the bottom, and then I painted a circle on the top, and then I waited for that to dry, and on the top I wrote Sadaqah, which means charity. So every time you have a coin that you want to save up and give as charity, you put it into this jar, and then in the end you have a couple of coins that you can give out to the people in need. So this next one is very similar to the circle shape that we just did, but instead you're just going to fold a couple of papers through the middle, and then you're going to draw whatever shape that you like. I drew a lantern shape, and I'm going to be attaching some templates that you can trace in the description box below. Then I went ahead and glued the outer pieces of my papers together, just like we did in the circle shape. So I just kept on adding pieces until I was satisfied with how my design looked. So in this last DIY, all you're gonna need is white paper, and then I cut out a shape. So if you noticed, I always fold the paper in the middle because when I cut the shape, I want it to be symmetrical. So this is the shape that I chose. You can make a star, you can choose a circle, you can draw whatever shape that you like. And then I wrote Ramadan on my shapes. And then I went ahead and I colored them. And then in the end, I'm going to punch holes on the two sides of the shape, and then I'm going to attach a ribbon onto them. Once you're done, your banner should look like this.